Hello everyone, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Ultimate General Civil War, and we're looking at the Battle of Chancellorsville. This is part 3 of the Battle of Chancellorsville. It's somewhere around part 33 or 34 of my Union Let's Play, so we're playing through the Grand Campaign as the Union. We've thus far won every single battle with the exception of Stoneman's cavalry raid, and we're now in the process of fighting the Battle of Chancellorsville. Now, Chancellorsville historically was a big Confederate victory at the expense of General Jackson being wounded and eventually dying from his wounds by his own troops by accident, but it was all after a dramatic flank assault on May 2nd in 1863, where Jackson's corps marched around the Union Army, hit an exposed Union corps, rolled them up, and nearly defeated the Union that day. May 2nd, however, was not the most decisive day of the battle. In spite of that dramatic assault, the Union was able to reform their lines and fight in a very dangerous position and a salient the entire day of May 3rd. They were able to extricate themselves from great danger, and May 3rd ended up being the bloodiest day of the Battle of Chancellorsville, almost the bloodiest day of the Civil War, just a little bit less bloody than the Battle of Antietam. As a result, the Confederates were able to drive the Union from their position, but not in disarray. The Union withdrew in relatively good order. With that being said, that's going to be the fight that we're going to model here is May 3rd. We'll see how we fare against Confederate pressure. We've severely wounded Jackson's corps already, and we've also dealt Lee a bit of a punishment as well. So we'll see how strong the Confederate army is as it tries to push us back. Hopefully we hold our position, can counterattack, and win the day. Alright guys, I'll go ahead and turn this back over to a live stream. This all came from a live stream a couple days ago, and I hope you guys enjoy the commentary. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying I'll meet you back up at the end. Sit back and enjoy. Does anybody know if I'd taken the objectives after time ran out, could I have won? Alright, so we need to hold Orange Plank Road, hold Chancellor's Farm, hold Orange Turnpike. So it did give us credit for Orange Plank Road, at least, I guess. That's interesting. Hooker was not, knocked out by a cannonball or something like that. Something weird. He wasn't, physically injured, but he was more or less knocked down, I guess. I almost wonder if falling back to these defensive positions would be better, because the enemy would be more in the open when they're fighting us. Well, that position will expose our flank. Let's not do that. Alright. But is there any reason to leave these guys up here? I don't think an enemy attack is going to come from this direction, is it? Really? Do we really have to worry about that? Alright, the enemy's going to attack probably from the south here, I would imagine. Left wing's got his back to any potential enemy advance, so let's move him here. Alright, I guess we'll see. I don't really know what to expect for this fight, so we'll see what happens. But, again, I am happy that it gave us credit for, why would you set your defenses up behind the woods? That just seems like a bad idea. Especially the way this game models things. It's Jackson's corps, but I think it's Stuart was in command of it at this time. Alright, the supply wagon has been used a little bit. We'll go ahead and bring these guys over here. Gibbon, get over there. Alright. Here come the enemy. Just left bling, 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 bling. Get into the woods to protect Pegram's flank. Otherwise, I'm going to have to pull Pegram back from that position, because that position is fatally exposed. For whatever reason, whatever idiot did that. Alright, we're gonna advance down this wood line. I'm hoping the enemy isn't coming from over here. Why can't I? Okay. Oh, wow. Alright. We're gonna have to set up a position over here. Because they're gonna crush our flank. Pegram is fucked. It does still say Jackson, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Alright. Jackson should be dead by now. But anyway. Or not dead, but wounded. Alright, we're gonna flank him through these woods. And try and take some of the steam out of his attack. Okay, they're moving on Hazel Grove, which is again that position that we said we need to defend. Alright, you fall back. You're getting ridiculously exposed over here. And let's go here, get some ammo up to these guys. Bring Burnside out to play. Bring the Iron Brigade down south to play. Get these guys running. Franklin, come over here. Okay. Alright. He wasn't dead yet, you're right, but he certainly wasn't leading a corps in battle with shot to piece his arm. Alright. Move our cavalry down here. Where's the rest of our horsemen? Alright, so we're trying to flank them again. Brigadier General Wesley Buckley is killed. Lame. Henry Wright is killed. Commander of the Iron Brigade. Lovely. I'm kind of abandoning our whole flank over here. The May 3rd, by the way, guys, I know I'm not chatting a lot, I'm kind of trying to focus. May 3rd was the bloodiest day of the battle, if you were unaware. Fun little tidbit. Okay. He finally shut up. Alright. Is that supposed to be a Harry Potter reference, Pascal? If not, it may have gone over my head. Alright, so we're holding that flank. The good thing is some of these forces that are facing us here in the center, I think we're actually weakened in the yesterday's attack that I launched that was kind of for naught. Although again, I will say that it does give us credit for having Orange Plank Road. So maybe that'll make later in this battle a little bit easier if we've already taken that road. Okay. I want to try and get some overwhelming force on the other flank on Ramessar's brigade. Man, this is going to be hard to rebuild our army from this. And Warren's brigade is getting chewed up just a little bit. Look, we just lost like 500 men in the span of a few seconds. I sure hope they don't attack our other flank, though. We pulled basically all of our forces out. Fast, don't you dare retreat off the map, you coward. Alright. Okay. Alright, we're holding this little forest area, which is, they're claiming is so important so far. Jackson's corps is being driven back in disarray. Huzzah! Huzzah! Take that, Jackson. Take that. Alright. Bass did retreat off the map, goddamn coward. Note to self, we're gonna court-martial Bass at the end of this fight. Sometimes brigades just stop shooting, and I don't quite understand why. Okay, Pender's retreating. Alright, this is kind of going the opposite of the way the actual battle went, but I'm fine with that. Ooh, Stanley's getting hit hard by canister fire. Eek. The Army of the Potomac probably is capable of taking these casualties, but ooh, 10,000 is all I get back, and I know I for sure lost more than that. Alright. I'm guessing the map extends out in an hour and a half, and the Confederates kind of shift over onto the defensive or something to that effect. That would be my assumption. I hope I'm not setting myself up for failure by advancing these guys over here. We've already taken the roadway down here, though. It's the roadway up north that we haven't. So, see how this all shakes out. Gonna try and turn the Confederate flank over here. Hazel Grove has been a nice little defensive position. We'll go ahead and bring some of these supply wagons back as well. Ah, they're firing volleys at our artillery. Get our cavalry over here. Man, these artillerists on the Confederate side are tough customers. Alright. Should be Stuart. We still see Jackson riding around like he's having a merry old vacation or something. Yikes, Lynch, don't die too much. Alright, Gibbon, our guys, come up. Alright. Or you probably want to stop running, right? Stop meleeing and just shoot a volley. That would be my recommendation. Probably wipe this, and there you go. There goes your flank. Stop meleeing, just get the fuck out of there, dude. Alright, advance. Let's see where we are on the rest. Ooh, the enemy's launching a major attack over here on our flank, and we were not prepared for it. They're all in the open over here, a lot of these guys. Hazel Grove is supposedly an objective, I'm guessing, for the Confederates, because it doesn't seem like we care much about it. Bring these 3 brigades over here. You guys somehow just, like, decided to... Alright, advance down that way. Someone go kill Lee for me. Alright, charge of the roll here. I'm 120 men against 1,800. Shoot the goddamn batteries at him. Right. Keep advancing. Press on forward. I'm just trying to shatter their left so I can turn around and support my kind of center, because that's where I'm suffering the most right now. Frank is over here kind of taking casualties to divert some of these enemy brigades. Alright. Leonard was a hero. He just routed 2 brigades. I honestly didn't even notice. The unsung heroes of the Civil War. Brigadier General or Colonel Leonard. Die, Confederate Battery Nelson. Good luck retreating. You don't have anywhere to go. Kershaw's dead too, for show. Okay. Oh, Leonard, the cavalry? The 60-man cavalry brigade? And there they go. Alright. Kershaw's about to die. I could use prisoners is what I could use. Because prisoners would actually... The way the game works is when you capture prisoners, you get additional recruits at the end of a battle. So if I was to capture a whole bunch of Confederates, then I would get more recruits than just the 10,000 that you get for winning this battle. Unfortunately, I haven't really captured anyone yet. For fuck's sake, Confederate artillery. I'm assuming Leonard died in a blaze of glory. Let's bring these artillery batteries over here. If the enemy does keep pressing us, we'll be able to resist them. Alright, so we just captured an enemy brigade. Nichols' brigade. We'll quit. Okay, cold cut. Keep on running. Kershaw just surrendered. Nice, nice. Alright, so I'm guessing there'll be some kind of advance on the Confederates when time runs out here. I don't want to just, like, forget about where we're at here. We'll probably have to go advance and take the rest of the road. Otherwise, I'd shift those troops the other direction. Okay. Rolling up the enemy line. We're losing a lot of casualties while we're doing it, but we're doing it nonetheless. Alright, I think our flank is relatively secure here. The enemy's mostly running. Got a couple of brigades that are still stupid. Like Lane. But he'll quickly learn. He's about to get a volley to the back here as soon as this melee ends. Another volley to the flank from Vaughn. There you go. Alright. Battle's dying down, enemies being driven back. Continue to advance on that flank. Jackson is dead. There's Stewart, I guess, so maybe Jackson is dead? I don't know. I play like a jackass? How is that? How do you figure that, Christopher? I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Like, am I playing a little bit gamey because I know what happens? Sure. I also don't feel like losing. Oh yeah, he still is alive. What the fuck? I'm always doing some dumb shit. Okay. I appreciate the commentary. Thank you very much. Okay. We have a chance to advance. Alright. 3 waves of attacks. The odds were against us, but we held. We held Chancellorsville. Our brave soldiers are exhausted, but so are those of the enemy. We can now advance and repel the rebels from their defensive positions. Alright. We've got 66,000 men left. We've lost almost 30,000, I think. Alright. And his line expands to the northeast. And up to this forested area. I mainly play with just the mouse, guys. I know there's a keyboard. You now deploy the best of your units that are still operational, advance to those hills, clear the roads, claim victory today. You may, of course, not risk more lives and be happy with a stalemate. You decide, General. Yeah, I'm not gonna... No stalemate for me. Troops aren't deployed. Lynch should deploy. Let's see here. Who do we... I guess we're only allowed a select number of troops, so Schleswig, bling, 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 bling. We'll pull back. We'll also pull Pleasanton back. He's only got 700 men. That allows us to put Lynch in, who's got over 1,500. Got 1,200 men, but no general under Buckley, but I'll use those men. And I think I want that 24-gun artillery. 700-man 2-star brigade, I think, is more important, so we'll keep that. Alright, so... Got one brigade that's low on ammo. Irish brigade. I don't even know where our ammo trucks are. I think we still have ammo that we can provide. I'm gonna go heavy through the woods. Artillery will be kind of more in the center, where they've got a better field of fire. I had a really pretty artillery line there at the end. I don't know if you guys saw that. Alright, so it doesn't look like I have any supply wagons. At least not over there. This corps has everybody deployed. That's fine. We'll stack heavy in the woods, but again, we're advancing, so this is only momentary terrain. We'll put artillery over here. And for the third corps, these guys are largely... Oh, they're not largely fresh. Never mind. We actually have some troops that are not deployed in this unit. So this is actually our second corps. First corps is really the one that got shot up. What do we all have here off the map? Is there anyone really weak on this map? There's a couple brigades there. Are any of these 2 stars? 1,500 men is really the weakest brigade that you want me to pull off. Maybe I just pull the artillery off, one of the artillery batteries. In all honesty, in the attack, artillery is a little bit less useful. I'd like some cavalry as well to kind of charge through some of this open terrain. We're going to stack up heavy on the right and kind of swing over there. I'm actually going to avoid deploying my artillery for the most part in this fight, and we're going to go infantry heavy with some cavalry support, I think. I'm just not sure how useful cavalry will be, or how useful artillery will be. Alright, we'll deploy 1 battery there. Okay, guys, we're ready to attack. We only have to take... Well, I'm curious if the enemy is going to be here, because it says this is ours. Actually, let's go ahead and hit play. Start battle. So does the enemy start with troops on this position here? Because if they do, it's kind of funny. I'm not sure how I want to advance. I guess we can just kind of go like... They all advance kind of straight ahead, and we'll kind of feel the enemy out. I know this may be stupid. Let's do... Well, Latimer, you're going to stay here. For these forces over here on the left, kind of do this. It'll kind of naturally sweep us around if there's any positions in the woods here. That'll kind of issue orders for our first corps. Our third corps in the center is just going to kind of advance up the middle. And then our third corps, or second corps on the right. Yeah, well, these guys I think I'll issue individual orders to. Just to kind of keep our lines from being intertwined too much. I also like to use the woods here north of the objective. So it'll take longer to get into position, but it'll also give us much better cover if I can swing around this way. Some of our forces. Do that with our cavalry as well. We'll have them go out ahead and scout. Maybe they can charge into the open. Bass, you kind of sucked last fight, so you already did. I already gave Latimer orders. Alright, so I think that just about does it. Iverson needs to advance. Have any wagon? Do we really just have the one or no, the one supply wagon is out. I think that's where it says ammo. No, he has supply. Alright. This supply wagon is almost out. We'll kind of ride this way, because I know there's some units over here on the left. Don't have much. The enemy definitely is in position on the orange plank road, so we took it. It gave it to us at the start of the fight, but there's enemy troops in position there, so they won't, we'll have to retake it most likely. I think, unless it's just the 1 or 2 brigades on the road here, or in this wood here. Alright, so the enemy does have troops in this wood line. Yep, they secured the orange plank road again. Kind of advance across the open. This objective is a little bit more exposed. Bring some artillery up. Major General Jordan Schweitzer is killed. Oh no. Alright, so these guys are deploying on a defensive position. He's going to be in the open dealing with it. But we'll have a bunch of support. Bring our artillery up in close. Alright, we're going to charge 2 of these brigades. We're going to leave some back to fire volleys into Iverson. Hopefully we can break through these guys quickly. On the flank. Take some time to maneuver in this heavily wooded terrain. That's a challenge. Charging Frank against Warren was probably unwise, although given all the defeats, maybe their morale is low. I'm not sure. We really just start steamrolling the Confederates over here in this open area. That's good, because like we're basically not receiving any resistance over here by the Orange Turnpike. There's some rebel units dug in on this fence line over here, but the actual objective is more or less we're there. They're deploying some troops into a fence line just as we arrive. So I'm gonna kill off some of your men because you sucked, so we'll have you charge. Alright, so these guys got into position without resistance. We're turning the enemy here. We broke through this fence line, secured the Orange Turnpike. We're about to secure the Orange Plank Road. This fight ended up being a lot less bloody than I expected. We really did hurt the rebels in those first 2 days of fighting. Like, we're just marching across open forest. Where are the bad guys? Alright. There you go, Bass. Wilcox surrendered. We'll have him come back. 1,200 prisoners there. There'll be some nice reinforcements. I don't know if there's a cap to how many reinforcements you can get. As I mentioned earlier, when you capture troops, you get some of those enemy troops as your own recruits, essentially because it's simulating prisoner exchange. I don't know if there's a maximum number you can gain in a given battle. I want you to run up here to these supplies. I want you run up here to these supplies, and I want you both to charge the supplies. So 2 enemy brigades, over 2,000 men surrendered so far. Alright, well, we took the objectives, so now it's just kind of a matter of we can capture some of their supplies. I really don't think there's much more to do here, and I could keep maneuvering my troops. Really, at this point, this battle is more or less won. Jackson's still around, guys, fear not. Alright, our cavalry's liberating these supply wagons of their contents. They do appear to be largely full. That's great. Alright. Victory! We win! Yay! That was short. Alright, so this was a bloody fight. We deployed 84,000 infantry. We lost 26,000. That almost a third of our infantry force was destroyed. We lost 19 guns out of 274, 520 men there. We lost 527 of our 1,400 cavalry, so almost a third of our cavalry. The enemy lost more, 36,000 out of 51,000 infantry. nearly, nearly 80%. Not quite. They lost 121 guns out of 198 guns. They lost 702 cavalry out of 2,500. That force was a little bit more okay. They lost 3,400 men captured. We lost none. So there you go. A huge, huge victory. All right, everyone. Well, it looks like there's still another phase to the Battle of Chancellorsville. Looks like it's going to have us fight the Battle of Salem Church, but almost as its own little engagement here. So we won the Battle of Chancellorsville. We pushed the Confederates back. We took all of our objectives, and I imagine we'll be rewarded as we were told we were going to be rewarded. But this is a little bit of a bonus battle because the Battle of Salem Church is actually being fought with forces that are not part of our core force. It's part of Sedgwick's corps, which attacked at Fredericksburg, drove the Confederates out of their positions there, and now is coming up behind the Confederate lines just as we're driving the Confederates from their position. Essentially, the Confederates are being caught between two armies and hopefully destroyed. This was a battle that was not mentioned in the campaign. It's apparently linked to victory at Chancellorsville, I would guess, because you can't exactly pick it to play it. It's just a further phase in the Battle of Chancellorsville as the Union, I assume, only if you win the first 3 days of the battle. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and address that fight in another video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and tune in next time to see the Battle of Salem Church and how we fare there.